The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, begins with a step. It is now 36 months down the road that the Ibikunle Amosun-led administration began in Ogun State. Beyond the matter of numbers, it is worthy of note that the Gateway State has witnessed tremendous progress and achievements during this period. Various governmental sectors and ministries have had cause to utilize the opportunities presented by the ongoing administration in the state to transform their sectors. This drive has been vigorously pursued by all concerned agencies and parastatals through the motivation received from the zeal of the government to transform the state through its 5 cardinal programs, as well as from the coinage of the phrase, the Ogun Standard. Unprecedented achievements and progress have been recorded through the mechanisms of these 5 cardinal programs. The yearly ministerial briefings is an avenue to present the account of stewardship and showcase the good work of all ministries and agencies of government. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry is one that has fully utilized all the abundant potentials available to make the Gateway State become a choice and investment destination for both local and foreign investors, as well as improved the fortunes of small and medium-scale entrepreneurs in the last 3 years of the Amosun administration. The government of Senator Ibikunle Amosun realized early in the life of his administration that the chief drivers of any thriving economy in the world are the small and medium-scale enterprises, or SMEs. This is why the state government, through collaboration with the Bank of Industry, has strengthened the scope of SMEs in Ogun State within its first 3 years in office. The simple approach adopted by the state government is the disbursement of loans to qualified individuals who have formed cooperative societies, through which such loans are easily accessed. This, no doubt, has improved the fortunes of many small and medium-scale entrepreneurs, as contributing immensely to the creation of both direct and indirect jobs for hundreds of thousands of Ogun State residents. About 100 cooperative societies have benefited from this loan scheme, which the ministry has been disbursing in phases within the last 3 years.
To date, I'm happy to tell you that 828 cooperatives have been able to benefit from this micro scheme, and which cumulated to about 86 cooperative societies. And with that, you see that this will increase the level of awareness, it will create jobs, it will create wealth for our people.
The need to boost the morale of entrepreneurs and traders in Ogun State, as well as create jobs for the teeming population of the youth, is the reason that led the state government to create the State Council on SMEs.
We've been able to create about 25,000 direct jobs and over 70,000 indirect jobs, which will probably give our people the right to have access and to be the managers of their own businesses. And we found out that even if these people have their businesses, how would they be able to run the business? We introduced the issue of capacity building.
As part of the efforts of the Governor Ibikunle Amosun administration in making sure that the beneficiaries of state loans judiciously utilize this opportunity, the government saw it expedient to restructure the loan scheme.
When we came in, we realized that the loans were being given out as a national cake. And we said the only way forward is to get back the loans that we have outside, and we start proper processing of this loan. I'm happy to tell you that a total sum of 205 million was recovered from the outstanding of 380 million at the inception of this administration. And the outstanding indebtedness of 85 million to the Bank of Agriculture was fully liquidated.
Also noteworthy is the efforts of the government in attracting local and foreign investors to set up business in the state. To realize this within the last 3 years, 2 successful investors fora were held by this administration. The first edition came up in March 2012 with the theme Ogun State Open for Business. The second edition came up 2 years after with a focus on agriculture and urban development. It was tagged Ogun State, the New Frontier, and took place on the 21st and 22nd of May 2014. Ogun State, Nigeria, emerging as one of West Africa's fastest growing investment destinations, attracted so many investors from all around the world to these fora. Crucial discussions were held on how to fully maximize the economic potentials in the state during these sessions. The result to show for this, therefore, is the proliferation of factories and businesses in every nook and cranny of the state. As at the last count, about 46 multinational companies have set up business in Ogun State within the last 3 years alone.
We have 17 companies that are in their various stages of construction, and they'll be doing their commissioning very soon. Then we have about 32 new prospective investors are being considered for land aggregation, and I need to expatiate on this.
Companies that have opened shop in the state within this period were commissioned at different times. Some of them were commissioned by President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, a gesture which has seen him visit the Gateway State 5 times in the last 3 years. From time to time, the team from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, led by the Commissioner, Otumba Bimbo Aishiru, pay visits to some of these companies to interact with the managers and investors just to see how things are being run. While on a visit to Procter & Gamble, America's largest investment in Africa, shortly before it was commissioned in March 2014, the team was taken round on a facility tour of the company. The Government Relations Director, Procter & Gamble Africa, Mrs. Temitope Iluyemi, spoke on the cordial relationship between the Ogun State government and her company, as well as the benefits that have come along with the establishment of Procter & Gamble in the state.
Well, as you know, this facility is actually the biggest U.S. investment in Nigeria to date, and we will aim to continue to invest in the country, create jobs, work with hundreds of SMEs across, and then this is really just the tip of the iceberg. We have a 42,000 square meter land here, and what you have seen today is just about 20% of what we have on ground.
Also, during a facility tour to Nispo Porcelain Limited, a tiles manufacturing company, Mr. Gbenga Adeoye, who represented the general manager of the company, spoke on the many benefits his company has brought to its host community.
What we are doing here today, since this company started, basically you have a lot of people who will have gone to China, to Spain, to Turkey to buy tiles, and they are buying from here. So that means the pressure on our foreign currency has reduced. And then apart from that, the company has also provided employment for people.
Apart from increasing the internally generated revenue of the state, these companies also create employment opportunities for the thousands of people of Ogun State, as well as increase the economic potentials of farmers in the state. President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan attested to the huge potentials which the presence of these companies present in Ogun State.
I will also want to personally congratulate the governor of Ogun State, the government of Ogun State, and my good brothers and sisters, the people of Ogun State, for making this part of the country very, very attractive for the investors. The reward is obvious. Very soon, no good person will be without a job. And let me commend your efforts in terms of your internally generated revenue. The figures you gave us are quite attractive.
The people of Ogun State and the government are known to be determined and focused. This is why the state has continued to be enjoying the goodwill and cooperation of its partners. Notable among them is the Bank of Industry, which has facilitated the loan scheme to be easily accessed by beneficiaries. During the official commissioning of Shongai Technologies Limited, Mr. Wahid Olagunju, Acting Managing Director, Bank of Industry, who represented the Minister of Commerce, Trade and Investment at the occasion, linked the continuous support being enjoyed by Ogun State to the state government's commitment, dedication and the love of its people.
Our projects in Ogun State are performing. Mr. Batunde, is that not true? They are doing quite well. We have very limited non-performing loans in Ogun State. And we say thank you to the federal government for providing the conducive macroeconomic environment and the Ogun State government for being very good hosts, and the people of Ogun State and their development partners and investment partners for being committed and genuine entrepreneurs.
The coming of these national and international companies to Ogun State to set up business has greatly improved and transformed the economy of the state. It has consequently greatly increased revenue generation, which no doubt is part of what has contributed to the rapid transformational change that is taking place in the entire state. From the 730 million naira monthly internally generated revenue met on the ground by this administration, the state now generates 4 billion naira on a monthly basis as its internally generated revenue. The Ogun State Coordinating Office of the Raw Materials Research and Development Council is a center that is jointly owned by the federal and Ogun State governments. Products and mineral resources available, as well as advertisements of items that are being locally produced, are on display at this center. The Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Otumba Bimbo Aishiru, while visiting the research center, observed that some necessary facilities are lacking. He therefore pledged the support of the Ogun State government to upgrade and provide more facilities needed at the center.
And some of these products have been there for so many years. So what we need to do is to invite these people to come and see themselves. This is a good and laudable idea. But, that's the issue of sustainability. It must be sustained. And that's what we're going to work towards. We must bring it back to the old glory.
As part of efforts towards creating the enabling environment in improving agricultural practices that will lead to industrialization, the Senator Ibikunle Amosun-led government is partnering with different organizations and NGOs to make agriculture and farming attractive to young graduates in the state. The British American Tobacco Nigeria Foundation is one such organization that has been partnering with Ogun State in that regard. In one of its recent intervention programs, BATN, in collaboration with the Ogun State Ministry of Commerce and Industry, organized training for 60 young graduates. They were trained on how to develop a business plan of their own, subsequently become self-reliant. With access to the Bank of Industry Ogun State government loans, they can equally become employers of labor.
The BAT people came and they want to support us in terms of capacity building. And they are looking for a way, that's a part of their CSR program, capacity building, supporting the state, and an empowerment program. And they were able to identify some of the beneficiaries of Bank of Industry loans. What they are trying to do is to actually teach them, let them learn the trade, how to run their businesses, which is very key, because the reason why some of businesses fail in this part of the world is the fact that people don't plan, they don't do the market research, they don't do the analysis, and you can see their presentation, the 6 groups, how they presented themselves. They were able to work out the profitability and the cost of their business, what it was going to cost them to do the business. So that's the reason why, we supported them.
The Executive Director, British American Tobacco Nigeria Foundation, Mrs. Temidayo George, spoke on the long relationship that has existed between BATN and the Ogun State government. She pointed at the abundant resources that Ogun State is blessed with as one of the major factors that has kept BATN in Ogun State.
Ogun State is it's an agrarian state. So there's a lot of potential here that we can actually develop, especially with the young people. So it's an interesting, state that we feel that there's a lot that can be done. So this is what really prompted our interest.
One other key step that is being taken by the government of Senator Ibikunle Amosun in its efforts to create an enabling environment for business to thrive is its fight against those engaging in illegal mining of solid minerals. These illegal activities have contributed to the degradation of the environment in some parts of the state. In order to put a stop to such actions, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has taken it up as a responsibility to visit those sites on a regular basis to stop people engaging in such acts. different groups of people in Ogun State, ranging from young graduates to local traders and artisans, have been benefiting from the initiatives and support of the Ogun State government through many of its mechanisms over the past 3 years. The beneficiaries of the training organized by the British American Tobacco Nigeria Foundation in conjunction with the Ogun State Ministry of Commerce and Industry expressed their minds on the experiences they had gained and how they intend to maximize the opportunities.
One of the things I've learned or gained, it's the ability to be able to identify opportunity around. You see, opportunity, they are all around us. But the problem we are having, or we've been having over time as youth, is the ability to identify opportunity. And not just identifying this opportunity, identify opportunity and maximize them. Instead of complaining, no job, why not think of what you can do? I mean, we have a lot of challenges around as a nation. Think of how you can fill that vacuum. So these are one of the things it's part of what I've gained in the course of this program.
I believe with the grace of God and this opportunity I've gotten, I'll be able to maximize it. Looking at the financial income also and the help of many things that are surrounding me, I'll be able to maximize and also to be able to learn strictly on what I've been told and not to play on any. Because if I play on any, then I might be very affected. So I will appreciate me maximizing it in a way that the training will not just stop here, but it will continue by me bringing out my own product as a farmer and also making other people to enjoy it.
Beneficiaries of the Ogun State Government Bank of Industry Loan Scheme, among whom are makers of the popular Idire fabrics and those in the Gari processing industry, spoke on the positive changes and improvements in their businesses compared to what used to be the case in the past.
Ní agbára Ọlọ́run, gbogbo àwa tá gba owó yìí torí inú wa dùn gidigidi. Ó jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún iṣẹ́ wa. So a dẹ̀ máa múra síṣẹ́ takuntakun láti lè dá owó náà padà pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn àti ìbámu òfin tí ìjọba náà gbé kalẹ̀ fún wa. A dúpẹ́ gan lọ́wọ́ àpapọ̀ gọ́vùnà wa tán gbé ètò ìyàwó yìí kalẹ̀ fún wa torí ó jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ iṣẹ́ wa. Láti gbà tá ti gba owó yìí, iṣẹ́ wa tún gbèrú sókè sí ju bó ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ.
3 years of concerted efforts in the commerce and industry sector has really seen growth that can be measured by the quality it has added to the lives of the people. The economy of Ogun State has indeed witnessed a great transformation through the mission to rebuild the state.
The Governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, has said that his administration has decided to pay the disappearance allowance of the former political office holders in the state in bulk, with the intention that the beneficiaries will be able to utilize the money for life-impacting projects. The governor made this known on Tuesday, 24th of June 2014, at the arcade ground in Okemosun, Abeokuta, where the checks for the payment of disappearance allowance of the former political appointees in the state were given to them.
Yemi Olatunji, Bisayo A, I felt that those that conceptualized the idea of paying severance pay, I think it was conceptualized to make sure that you have some kind of bulk sum of money that you can at least use during your retirement. And that's why we waited this long before we are paying you today.
The governor further reiterates the essence of carrying the people of the state along in his mission to rebuild Ogun State project, no matter the party or political affiliation they belong. He therefore emphasizes the importance of infrastructural development in Ogun State, but not at the detriment of the people's welfare.
If we are first in everything, you will say Ogun State is first in this, first doctor, first lawyer, first accountant, first whatever. And you realize that the same old way, when we were growing up, it's still the same old way. It will not happen. I don't want to be remembered as a governor that came and did not make that positive difference. But what we need to do is to balance the act. While we are making those positive difference, of course, we must realize that, of course, our people too must be carried along.
Among the other citizens of Ogun State who deliver goodwill messages at the occasion, commended the efforts of the governor for making the payments in bulk for the beneficiaries. By this gesture, they believe it will add value to life and create a sense of recognition of service.
I want to give kudos to our governor for this beautiful and kind gesture by paying these people who are served Ogun State a bulk sum. May God continue to be with you, sir. May God continue to enrich you. May God help you to progress and rebuild Ogun State totally in Jesus' name.
Our families, our friends will continue to shower praises and prayers for you. God be with you. We want you back again.
The former political office holders in the state, who are the beneficiaries, could not hide their joy as they appreciate the governor for his kind gesture.
In fact, I'm very, very grateful. Words are inadequate to express my joy to Governor Amosu. God bless Amosu. He's a very kind person. Without him, by special grace of God, he will spend more years in office.
It feels good to be called upon to receive a check that one is entitled to today. It is a good gesture that the governor has deemed it fit to pay us today, despite the economic pressure, despite all that he's spending on infrastructural development, despite all that the hard work and the good work that he has been doing, he still found place to pay us. We appreciate him, and I can see the good work that he is doing, and we are very proud of him. Irrespective of the political divide, we are very proud of him.
I'm happy that today is a very good day for me, and I will never forget it in my life. I thank the governor very much, and his work will never be disarrayed in Jesus' name.
The governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, has been formally endorsed by the Amosun Campaign Group, ACG, to run for second term in office in the forthcoming 2015 general elections. After its press briefing at NUJ Secretariat, Iweroyin in Okelewo, Abeokuta, the campaign team staged a walk from this venue to the office of the governor in Okemosun on Thursday, 26th of June 2014. The team also used this medium to present the certificate of endorsement to the governor. The governor addressed the gathering to express his appreciation for their support and encouragement.
I thank you. I thank you for your support. I thank you for the encouragement.
For comments, questions, and observations, send a text to 080-9578-9802 or 081-0672-1434. Or send an email to mission-to-rebuild with the number 2@gmail.com. Be a part of rebuilding our beloved gateway state.
Ọmọ Ògùn, Ìṣẹ̀yà.